In this lesson, we're going to create a slot and we're going to create a pin. We're going to transfer this to the wing. Now, I know off camera I said that I was going to basically shore things up using off camera, but I decided that there is one aspect of the cut faces tool that we need to be aware of, or that not the cut faces, but the multi-cut tool. It's going to be really useful. So what I've done is I've selected these vertices or these faces, and I'm going to pull them out so it's a little bit smoother. And I'm going to go and I'm going to use the multi-cut tool. Now here's what's interesting about it. I can, if I click and drag off the model, it'll make a cut through all of the polygons that I have already selected. So, and it will leave everything else alone. So that's really kind of an important way of doing our cuts. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to fence this in using the multi-cut tool. Go to Edges, hold down Control, and pull this in like that, and do that one there. I've already done the inside edge. I'll tell you what, sometimes. All right, so hold down Control, click there. Now to get this to get these faces, this inside edge, I could probably go with this just as it's, you know, even though it's a little bit rounded, but if I really want to go ahead and get it all the way I want it, I can extrude this inside edge and offset this just a little bit. Okay. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to go back to my arrow tool, and I'm going to press Shift and period, and I'm going to expand my selection until I get it all the way out to that outside edge. I want all of that edge. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Mesh. Excuse me. I'm going to go to Edit Mesh, and I'm going to drag all the way down to duplicate. I'll click on my toggle and pull out these duplicated faces. What about right here? That should do it. And then I'm going to go to Object Mode. I'm going to click here. Now notice when I bring back the wing, this is going to be the pin on the wing, and these are obviously reversed. So I'm going to go to Mesh Display, and I'm going to go to Reverse. Okay, now let me bring back the wing. I'll go to what I want to do. I'll just go to the outliner. Bring up the outliner, and there's the wing. Turn that on. And I've got my wing. My translates are frozen transformations. And I'll go ahead and center my pivot so I can access a little bit better. I'll move this out to begin to conform a little bit more toward the Ooh, I don't like that. I let go of the mouse and it doesn't drop my selection. So I'll do that there. Small screen messes me up. I'll go to about right there. I'm going to grab these two and I'm going to isolate, go to Show, Isolate, Select, View Selected. And I'm going to see that I've got one more edge that I need. So I'm going to go to Edge here. That's the edge. And I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. Okay, and that makes all of these match up a lot better. Now, if I need to, I'll grab my vertices here and move them a little bit closer. I can certainly do that. This outside edge here, that over, move that down. Remember, what's really going to matter. Actually, I think I'll move that up. I think probably be easier to conform the vertices of my wing to this piece here. So I'll do that. Okay. Now I may need to go into the vertices in the wing and start selecting and deselect those that I don't need. Selected too much, so I'm holding down the Control key and D and deselecting them, and I'll move these down. There we go. Okay, so that should do it. So I'll grab this, scooch it over a little bit, select both of them, and combine them. Okay, now we'll try, and this one I'm going to target weld. I'm going to go to target. That's exactly right. Go there to there. See if it'll behave for us. Go there to there. Go there to there. Sometimes it will not go the way you want it. You have to approach it from the proper side. Okay. Looking like it might work. You also want to really be careful about making sure that you get the right edge on the right, or the right point on the right, to the right point. Sometimes it can shoot through the object, and that can be a problem. Okay, so there we go. So I'll go back to my front view. The last thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to select it. I'm just going to select these faces here, and I'm going to use my multi-cut tool, like the cut faces tool, and fence in this edge like so. So that now I've got a very sharp edge to the wing. All right, and this basically is going to be the process that we use to do all of our these pins that we're going to create. We're going to create some in the tail next. So I'm going to go to Edit, Delete by Type History, and I'm going to go to Show and turn off Isolate Select. And now I'll go ahead and center my pivot. Actually, what I'll do is I'll press D and V, and if I can't snap it a little closer, and now it should fit in perfectly with our fuselage. And that's pretty good. It's pretty close. Okay, so that's basically what we've done. That's our first pin, and it should fit in quite nicely. All right, so in the time I've got left in this lesson, what I think I'm going to wind up doing is let's go back to the tail section, and I'm going to go to my right view. Let's turn on X-ray, and we see what we've got here is I want to create a slot for this wing here, for the aileron, or the elevator, excuse me. So to do that, I'll bring these vertices up so that they're right in the center, and I will go to Faces, and we'll extrude, and bring our offset in quite a bit. Now these faces here, I'm going to go ahead and delete. In fact, these faces here, I'm going to go ahead and delete too. And next, I'll go to Vertex. And because I'm working on half the model, this becomes much easier. Go back like so. And we'll just create this slot in the model. And the tail will go there. Okay, now it's important we've got these two end pieces here. That's what we want. And we've done that. The next thing I'm going to do is let's go to our perspective view, and I'm going to go ahead and hide my template. And this is going to be, oh, come on, stop it. There we go. I'm going to go to Edge. I'm not going to go all the way to the top here. I'm going to go one from the top, and then I'm going to double click one from the bottom, and that's going to select all of these edges like so. And then I'm going to extrude the edge, and I'm going to pull these out. And then I'm going to hold down the Command key and right click and choose two vertices. And I'm going to use my absolute transform to snap these to the center line like so. Perfect. And go to vertex, and we'll go to our target weld tool, and we'll just weld these up like so. You got to be careful because it wants to do all of the, so I click to deselect and weld at the top and weld at the bottom. Okay, and that is almost all we need to do. I think what I'm also going to do is fence off this for now. I'm going to go to Control and create an edge there so that it's sharp. I'm not going to do the back yet. I will, but not just yet. So in this lesson, what we did is we created the pin for the wing, and we began work on the tail section. In the next lesson, we will continue with this. We'll make a slot and a mortise for the tail section, and we'll do that in the next lesson.